so early. A minute early. Just going to see if anyone pops in. Just admiring my tree. Handmade by me. Put this one in my bedroom. I painted the little flower pot. Just when I'm creating different things. And it's with copper. Copper's a conductor. But this one's gorgeous. It's like, you can't tell, and it's like a pinky sort of champagne colour. With rose quartz crystals at the bottom. Beautiful. But I'm only coming on for a little bit, half an hour, because my youngest is not very well in the bedroom next door. And he's watching a bit of telly. He had a cold the other week now, he's getting a sore throat that time of year. So I don't want to be too loud upstairs in the bedroom. Fella's watching some 80s film. I've got someone in. Say hi. Could be lurkers. We get lurkers. But yeah, and I fell asleep before. I had to go for sleep because the heating was on, and it's just, and it gets too warm in this house. It makes me feel dead sleepy. So I had a bit of a snooze, and then I thought I better get up because it'll make me feel really groggy. So I'll see if anyone comes in. And if not, it'll just be a video for later. Oh, see, just thought I'd pop on and see how everybody's diddling. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? Hey, from the loony US. Oh my God, it's a loony UK. It's a loony world. Let's say that. That's what I've been talking today to my sister. We went for dinner. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I will mention the loony left in a minute and the big trap set for them. I can't watch what's going on anymore. Observing, it's mental. It's good, but it's mental at the same time. It's the stupidity of people. Honestly, oh, I'll just wait for a couple more people to come in before I start. But yeah, the Looney Tunes, Looney Tune world, crackers. Oh, we've got 12 people in, so if you're in, say hi. I can't either. It's too much. It is. I was saying to Lois the other day, I think she said she'd come in. It's too much sometimes. It is draining. You know, a lot of us have been watching this for a while, and it's draining. Lots of people still waking up. It's on mass now, and it's like warp speed. Me and Lois were saying we're glad it's on warp speed because, you know, 1 minute it's Monday, next minute it's Friday, so it's speeding up. You know, it needs to speed up to the good bits, and it's getting good with the e-files. That's what I'm going to talk about in a minute, and a few other things. Just a little chat, but like I said, I'm not going to be out that long tonight. I always say that, but I'm not. Yeah, mental. It's so mental. But there's 15 people in, but come and say hi. But I might as well start then if there's people listening. But this week, I've liked the fact that before we get on the e-files and the big trap that the loony left don't understand because they are very dumb. You've got Nikki. I can never say her name. Nikki, the singer. Nikki but what? How do you say your name now? Nicki Minaj. I think whatever. She did the speech on the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, which the media have not been covering. So that'll put more emphasis on that because they've not been covering that. They've been covering more of the, you know, the Ukraine stuff, this stuff and that stuff, and not reporting properly about that either, and the big lies and stuff and the cover-ups. But they've not been reporting on Nigeria and the persecution of Christians. It's been massive. So she has a big following. So we need people with big followings. And then you've got Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever his name is, footballer, has been praising Trump, been in the White House, going on about that sort of stuff. So that's all good because he's got a big following as well, and the younger generation. And also it ties in with the FIFA Cup. Trump's holding, you know, the FIFA, is it the cup or the I'll just call it a cup, the thing that you get presented with, holding that in America for the World Cup, which also coincidentally and there's no such things as coincidences, ties in with the 250-year anniversary of America, big celebrations. So to me, tied in, think Harry the Soul Coach, if you don't know who's Harry the Soul Coach, is really good tying it in together, which makes sense with the 250th anniversary of America, with um, the World Cup, people celebrating, because people do celebrate massively over sports. And we know that, sports can be fixed, but I'm thinking now, because we are in control now, the White Hats are in control, that certain things were done in Saudi and that as well. Like, a lot of people got done for gambling in sports, and you're not supposed to do that. I see it more like, I don't know if this will make sense. People who may, say for instance, football, people who may not have been allowed to win because it's been fixed are now going to be able to win. And the excitement, Harry the Soul Coach did a video on this, the excitement of Scotland winning and getting into I'm not football terms, but they'll be playing in the World Cup. 27 years they've not done that. So people who should be winning should be winning. Do you know what I mean? And the real excitement of all that. Hello. I'll just call you 1808. But they're coming together of unity normally through sports and stuff, and they're coming together of the 250-year anniversary of America. I think it's going to be brilliant, and a lot of things I think will have come out by then as well. And it's not just celebrations of America and celebrations of the World Cup, where a lot of countries will be coming together, because countries are coming together, if you know what I mean now. Peace in the Middle East, getting rid of all the bollocks and the lies, and people coming together really and stopping the wars, because that is what Trump's doing. It goes beyond that. It goes on. To me, it's more like a world. Got 17 in chat. A world celebration of the end of the old guard worldwide, the end of the drug cartels who are doing big things, because the biggest drug is kids, child trafficking. That's what Trump's been going for as well. A lot of people out there don't understand that, because they think he's part and parcel of the same thing that's been in control. He's not. And if you're not awake to that now, you probably never will be. Just shows you how dumb people are. So why there's been a lot of distractions with different stuff, and yet the e-files, a lot of stuff over there has been going on, settling it. And I think there was something today. Let me find it on my phone. I don't know how true this is, but Zelensky has supposedly admitted defeat, because we all know that's a load of rubbish over there, and he's been causing a lot of stuff in the Ukraine, on the Ukrainian people, and the whole Russia hoax thing. And why was it now? It was where was it? It was said, dictator Zelensky, because he's a dictator, has addressed the Ukrainian people and basically accepted defeat. He essentially admits Ukraine has no option but to agree to the terms of the Russian-US deal. So that's going to be fun. Also, so we had Nicki Minaj and Ronaldo, and then we had the mayor of New York City at the White House, and it was hilarious. Did you see the video when the reporter said something about, oh, you think Trump's a fascist? And Trump sort of taps him on the back and went, as if to say, yeah, go on, say what you want, because Trump's not bothered what people call him. And it's just putting that mayor of, I was going to say London, but it's going to be like London. New York's going to be like London, a shithole because of him. He's just putting him under the spotlight like he always does for people. So that's going to be hilarious to watch. All the people thinking he's good, it's like, yeah, whatever. So he put him in the spotlight. And then I don't know if there's anyone else commenting. And then, yeah, so there's that, and that video was fun. I don't know if I've got it on my phone. So I'm not going to find it. If people haven't seen it, they haven't seen it. If they have, they have, or you might do. And then there was, hi. Then there was, oh yeah, the left going mad. Just call them the lefty loons, and the Democrats going mad because Trump had put was it, I don't know if it was on Truth Social or X or something. He put a little statement out, little saying about the death penalty, I don't know if it said to Democrats or whatever, but what people don't understand, they're all going mad going, how dare he call for the death penalty? It's disgusting. We've got to do something. None of the left years before, were bothered when people were shouting out for the Trump of death, because they were, and the left were. And there was that woman, I can't remember what she was called. I don't know if she was off The View or she was, oh, I don't even know who she was, red hair, and she had a pretend Trump head that had been cut off. Do you remember when they were all shouting it? So it didn't matter when they were shouting, but now the worms turned, they're all screaming. But what they don't understand is he was talking about the death penalty. A lot of these people would get trialed for the death penalty because of what they've been doing. And there's some Republicans that are involved in it, and it's like the E list, the Epstein list. People who are included on that, and it's not Trump. I put on the title, The Trap for the Looney Left. The trap was, he acts like, oh no, don't open the files. Now, I don't know, for 4 years or 4 years ago, they were asking the Democrats to release the files, but they didn't want to, did they? No, they didn't want to because they're involved. And the people who are involved in it, it's not Trump. Trump set a trap. Let's all act like, oh no, I don't know. We don't want to be opening that. So then the Democrats, the loony left, scream for them to be opened. Scream for them to be opened. So they need it opening now. Yeah. You're going to soon find the truth out, aren't you? Saying that Trump's on it. Trump was an FBI informant. Wait till they find out that. They don't look back to the stories of what happened at Mar-a-Lago when he got him done and he got him arrested years ago. No, because they just scream out what the media say and other people who just don't like him because the programme not to like him. But the death penalty, yeah. I don't know who the guy was ages ago with Kavanaugh. Do you remember the whole thing set up with Kavanaugh? With the what jury is it called? What's the high up jury, Stephanie? The jury, like Kavanaugh was a. Do you remember they were going against him and all that? What's it called? The in America, what's the highest, like, judges and that? The, oh God, somebody help me out. Can't think what it's called. The Supreme Court, when they were doing all that, was it not Lindsey Graham? Somebody anyway. They've got to have an insurrection. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. They've got to have an insurrection. If they have an insurrection, they can go in. Is it with the military or whatever? And they can do. Is it like trial or whatever by death by penalty? Because these people are evil. When people really find out what's been going on, they'll probably be calling for a death penalty. So he hasn't just thrown something out there trying to be nasty and everyone's going, eh. But they need an insurrection. I think that's the right word to do that because it's treason. And treason, by law, is served by death penalty. So, yeah. So there you go. But they're all screaming about it, probably because they're scared because they're involved. So that's all that tied up. Also over here at Tesco's, I think people are boycotting it. Apparently, they don't want to call a Christmas tree because it might offend certain people, if you know what I'm saying, from certain countries, places. They want to call them evergreen trees. We're all like, no, the Christmas trees. Now, what makes me laugh is we follow suit after America, and it's here, we can see it. Because you in America had it, I don't know if it was just before Trump got in the first time or when he got in. Do you remember when they were saying you can't say Merry Christmas? Because remember, they revert things. They're like satanical. They revert everything. They don't like Christmas because it's Christ Mass. Christ, God, Jesus, whatever you want to say, Yeshua, whatever you want to say. It's the holy holiday. It's holy. Holy. So they revert. They don't want you to say, remember, they said in America, you're not allowed to say Merry Christmas. Back off. So now they're doing it over here. They're also trying to get things in schools now with the education about talking about climate change. We're all like, really? Let's get David Bellamy in. If you're in America, you probably won't know who he is, but he's a guy who used to be on TV. He used to talk about nature and stuff. And he went against and spoke out years ago, and they sort of boycotted him because he was saying it's not a thing. Like Trump said, it's a hoax. We all know it's a hoax. If you don't know, it's hoax out there. Your head's in the sand. You know, they do things to change the climate. Climate change is in a sense anyway with nature because it cycles, but not the stuff they've been saying. But yeah, so they're trying to do that with Christmas. I say if you're from a country and you're living in the UK and you don't like it, then you need to go back to your own country because there was a woman on TikTok the other day and she was actually a Muslim, but English, British. She's still into Christmas and stuff like that. Came over here when she was 8, and she even said, I went to the school. They were saying we can't call the Christmas fair Christmas, what call it? Winter fair. And she's like, no, 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 no. I'm into these traditions, but that's what we call it, Christmas. It's Christmas. Why are you doing that for? Oh, it's for diversity and what do you call it? I don't know, inclusion, whatever they're saying it was. She went, well, it's not diversity. You're not including it because if it's a tradition in the UK and it's one of our traditions, why are you trying to say we can't say it because other people might be offended? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. But to me, it's a movie, people. It's a movie. To me, it's only to get the people, as I keep saying, that are not awake to wake up and get a bit angry and a bit like, what? And then I think everyone will just be celebrating Christmas a little bit more, get more Christmas trees in, call them Christmas trees, get more into Christmas than we've ever been before because they don't like it. And I'm talking about these people that I just don't think are people. You know, this satanical cult that's been uh, controlling us for a very long time. They revert everything. It's like I was saying to my sister today, we went for dinner. She went, oh, have you seen that girl's tattoo over there? She had a sort of like vintage fringe because we're at a vintage place, a vintage sort of market, not market inside. And we went for dinner with the boys, our youngest kids. And she said, oh, she's got like a chest tattoo. And I was trying to look without looking. You're in trying to look without looking, but you don't want to make it obvious, you know, turn around. And she had like a moth on. The moth was nice. And she said, oh, I think she's got a necklace on. She went, like the pentagram or something. I went, it will be a pentagram, yeah. And I was trying to look. I went, yeah, well, I said, what people don't understand is the pentagram isn't evil. People think pentagrams. Oh, here it is. Sorry, with my cards. The pentacle. That's the pentacle. The pentacle, the star. And then when it's got, if I've got it right, when it's got the circle around, it's a pentagram. People use it as a necklace. I've got one. I said to my sister, I said, it's different this way up and that way up when people actually do the research. So that's the satanical. And you can't even say it's bad. It's just when it's that way, but they use that because it's reverted. Remember, they revert everything like they revert the cross. When it's that way, it means it's material over spiritual. So you could say that more ego, spiritual, devil sort of energy over the spiritual. When it's this way up, it's spiritual over matter, which is what we are anyway. And it's also like the flower of life. And if you look into that, it's to do with Venus, flower of life. The movement that Venus makes is like the flower of life, and it's coming back round now. So it's a bit like they can't stop what's coming because with astrology and energies and stuff like that, that's what's happening in the world. They can't stop what's coming because it's what's happening and it has to happen and it will happen. If you know, like peace and the golden age and all that, that's the energy that's coming. It can't be stopped. They'll only try and put an illusion up to scare people and try and herd us into this and herd us into that, but that's not working because people are waking up. So I said it's not a bad symbol. People look at that and think it's a bad symbol. I've had necklaces with on, and people out there, especially trolls and stalkers that I've had, think that oh, it's bad because Janine's had that, and it's like no. If you actually do your research, you'd realise what it was. There's a lot of similar star. It's like the Star of David. Everyone will be like, oh, the Star of David. Oh my God, it's it's Jewish, it's Israel, it's blah, blah, blah. Well, you've got the star, you've got the triangle going up in Star of David, and I've got a Star of David as well because my nana had a Star of David necklace. I don't know why she had a Star of David necklace. She hasn't been to over there or anything, but I like the symbol as well. The triangle going up is like a phallus. It's a man, a man, and the star going down is a woman. Together, the energy together, man and woman, because that's the way it should be. Define a masculine energy. It's also the elements because this is the elements. It's earth, air, fire, and water. Hi, Mark. It's earth, air, fire, and water, and spirit. And then if it's circle, ether. So it's not evil, and that's like the Star of David as well. A lot of different cultures have different symbols, but similar. But they revert their symbol. So they have the cross upside down, and they have the pentagon, the opposite way around as well. No, you're all right. I'm not into Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you very much. Talking to my son about that today. He was in a toy shop and was like Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever. No, where you coming from with that? So yeah, so that's people just need to look into things properly before they speak. But yeah, So I've just said, you know, why all this? Yeah, I don't do that number either because they're getting the kids to sing all that and it's ridiculous. It's a bit like the Labubu toy's taken off a demon. So when you're repeating what you're programmed to say, Chloe, it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? So yeah, it's just silly. Repeat what they say to you, and then you get the kids all going, oh, we've got to do this number. The number that she's putting in the bottom is like, yeah, well, not really bothered about that. It's a bit like, you know, yeah, meow, I know. So you must be one of the little trolls. Fancy putting that out though? Are you programmed yourself? Bit strange. But yeah, so anyway, you always get the trolls in, don't you, when you're talking about stuff. But yeah, so it's all funny. But yeah, the energies this week. I don't know how everyone's been feeling. I've just been feeling not motivated. I've not even been feeling that motivated to craft. I've just been like, oh, time of the year though as well. Then I'm like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? A lot of thinking. I did finish my bag off. Hi, what's up? Hi. I did finish my bag off. It took me ages to do this. It's not even a big bag, but I had to put all these tassels on and individually put these beads on. It took me ages. It took me ages, but I actually went out with this today when we went to the vintage place, but I didn't line it and I haven't put a zip on it yet, so I've not totally finished it. So yeah, that's the thing we're coming on at this time, isn't it? Did you know real men? Did you know real men? Do they? Oh, is it Chloe again coming as somebody else? Oh, it makes me laugh, honestly. The bots and the trolls, the bots and the trolls. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, the things. Hang on, that's falling down. So moderators in chat, remember your moderators. You can get rid of the people. Taxes, please. With the silly comments are coming out with it. I think the children sound like children. If they're coming in that number, I saw on people going on TikTok. Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know how everyone else has been feeling. I bet you missed all this. I bet I missed all what chatting on it. What that? What the trolls? God, they're not original though, are they? They're not original. I think people don't know they're not original at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark. I still see a lot of trolls out there on people's accounts. I still see a lot of people still, you know, doing the same old thing. But yeah, the trolls are just they stick out like a sore thumb. I don't know why they don't think they stick out like a sore thumb because they do. Oh, I toned my hair down a bit. It's a bit more. I put mahogany brown on it. It's still got a lot of red in it. But yeah, they're getting seen for what they are more now. And what's funny is my sister said today when we were chatting, she went, "Oh, I've got a friend at work that is awake now, and this, that, and the other, and they're going on." And she went, it must be really funny for you now. And when she meant me, she meant I see it as us. She went, people who thought you were a like conspiracy nutcase, they're not thinking that anymore because she went, what you were talking about years ago, it's happening and it's true what you've been saying. I'm not saying I had everything right, but she said they can see now why you were saying what you were saying, and that goes for you guys out there, if you've been speaking out. I said, yeah, it feels better now because people are like realizing. And I think with this stuff with the e-files, I think they've got 30 days. I think it has been coming out, but I think it's up to Christmas. Wouldn't that be funny? But the left will scream all the time. The left think that he's in it. The left will be going on forever. And even when they find out he's not, they'll still say he is because if anything's redacted, they'll go, oh, that's because they've redacted that, if that's the right word, because they've, he's in it. No, you're not going to put victims' names out and there's certain stuff that people won't be able to know. But when they find out the true story, and it's much more than Epstein, do you know what I mean? There's things in there that is getting released that the Democrat, that side, the evil side, the left side, the satanic side will not want coming out, but that's how Trump has played it, acted like, oh no, we don't want to release that. Why are you guilty? They're screaming and screaming to get it released, and they're getting what they're getting what they wished for, and they're going to see what happens. But still, there's a lot of accounts out there I've seen on TikTok and that, right lefty loons, and they're just screaming and shouting and they just don't get it. And they're saying, oh, he's in it. They haven't seen nothing. You know what I mean? They're just going off propaganda and stuff. But I think it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It's frustrating to watch still. It is frustrating. But like I said to my sister, we're in warp speed because I don't know if you guys, a lot of us say it's going so fast. You know, before you know it, Monday, then it's Friday again in the blink of an eye. It's going fast, but I'm glad because you remember a few years ago when we used to talk about all this, it was dragging. I can't even believe it's like been, what, 7, 8 years or whatever. I'm like, oh my God. And we're all back on here again because they've put everybody up, and I think they've put everyone back up that got deleted. There's loads of people out there who are back on that. Definitely in Laura Eisenhower, loads of people, because I think it's needed because it's the right time now. The right time. No one was listening properly a few years ago. Time is going crazy fast. It is. If it isn't for people, maybe they're not on the same timeline, because I think the timeline is just like mental. But it I don't know what day it is sometimes, but I'm grateful of that because the more it speeds up, you know, we've got 3 more years of trumping. Can you imagine all the other stuff that's going to come out? It's hilarious. And you can see it. You can see it. Like I said, he's making peace around the world. Lots of things going on. While they're all distracted with other things, he's just getting on with what he really needs to get on with, the more important stuff. And it's great to watch. And you can tell, you know, when they said it's a movie, because the daft things that are going on. You know, he's calling out the mayor of NYC. When the report I just said before about the oh, he called you a fascist, and he's just like tapping him on the back. Go on, say what you want to say. Trump's not bothered what people say about him. No, I'm not a Yorkshire lass. A Manc, but not originally. Um, Not that far from Yorkshire, but yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So I get all the, you know, what was said ages ago about that. You're watching a movie. You are watching a movie. Remember when Trump talks about fake news, which we know it is fake. Central casting, because they are casting these actors to play the part, but they're only. It's even like Starmer. It's just to wind people up, to wake them up, to think, oh my God, what's all this crap? Why is the world this crazy? Why is that happening? This is really stupid. It's getting people to wake the F up because they're so asleep, you know? And Q did say ages ago, these people are stupid, you know? And it would put 99% of people in hospital. But drippy drip drip, but it's been a lot quicker. Yeah. So to me, it's amazing, and the good stuff that's going to come in, I can't even imagine how it's going to be, you know, because I think in the end we might all be under a thing like what Gaddafi wanted, because people thought he was bad, he wasn't, you know, like not. We shouldn't be paying for energy. We shouldn't be paying for certain things. We shouldn't be paying tax, and I think all that will fall in the end. That's how we'll get abundance for everybody. I don't know about this. I can't say it in a Gazara and a Gazara thing. I think it's like we'll go back to the true being of what we should be doing, and like things we shouldn't be paying for that they've had us on, no energy wise, because there's free energy out there, putting us on the right energy, not the crap stuff they're going on about. Food coming down. People say, oh, these things aren't happening. Yes, they will be doing. Yes, they are in the background. There's certain things they have to do first. And it's going on within the law. The others have been doing things not within the law. It's got to be done within the law, because if things happen, that's how they get him on it, going, well, this hasn't been done within the law, so we can go against this and this. It's all got to be done within the law. It's a massive operation, and it's worldwide. So yeah, we've got to wait. We are in a war, but we've won. It's just all playing out for those others to wake up. You know, that's why the media, everything looks mad, and the media have started reporting on certain stuff now. So don't get lost in it. Like we said, you can watch what's going on. We forget sometimes, we get pulled back in again, but you are watching a movie. You are watching a movie. There's great stuff to come. So I'm going to go because I wasn't coming on that long anyway. I just wanted to come on for a little chat. Because like I said, I fell asleep before. The house got too warm and it makes me feel really sleepy. But keep trucking, folks. Remember to keep yourself busy with other things, not watching too much, knowing that, you know, white hats are in control. We've won. It's still going to look batshit crazy, especially with all this stuff going on with the e-files and that. But I think you're going to see a lot more celebrities speaking out. Not all celebrities are bad or flipping or whatever, because they have an influence as well. Just hold your shit together, because you're still going to get that side that are angry. I think there'll always be people that will never, ever want to admit they were wrong, because they just don't. And they don't want to go and look either because they're lazy. They want to be given everything on a plate. I was just saying, look at my little tree. It's so gorgeous. Crystally. But yeah, let me pull a card while I'm there. See what energy we're in. But like I said, I've just been feeling so unmotivated. And we feel like that. We go in ebb and flow. So I just think rest. Like before, I felt sleepy. Thought, right, I'm having a snooze. Tomorrow, I'm going to try, because I've not even been in the crafty mode this week. I'm going to try and do some painting. I might come on. I don't know. Because like I said, sometimes I say come on, I don't come on. It's not because sometimes I just put a movie on and think I'm going to watch this, or I'm a bit tired and I don't want to go on. But I might try and film. I did the other day on TikTok, didn't realise I couldn't download it because it'd gone over an hour. It does on here that I was just drawing. You know, like not really talking but drawing, and some people just enjoyed watching me drawing. And there might be noise in the background, like my youngest watching TV, or my fella or whatever. That doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, drained. Like, yeah, we're saying that to Lois. Just been feeling really drained. Not like in a bad way, but just like. But I think that's the energy's going about, because people are still, you know, in the time of year, and it's dark in the mornings and dark at night, and you just feel like it's later, and just like. But then I've got to remember that's just because our bodies should be resting. So, and I'm a bit in that mode of like, I don't know what I like doing again, art wise. I don't know what I like doing, flipping and flapping about with my art stuff. But I thought, yeah, I might just do a bit of painting, because the only thing I do what I get better at. Like, I love drawing feminine faces. I love drawing faces, and what I get better at drawing my face. So I'm going to just have to practice. I'm just going to have to practice. And I'm not really good with colour. I love black and white, drawing in black and white, and I put a bit of colour, and sometimes I mess it up, and then I'm like, ugh. And I did buy some new pens, some alcoholic markers, and some fine liner colour pens, and a couple of like sketching books. So I'm just going to have to get used to colour, because I like painting, but I don't really like acrylic, but I want to. So I'm going to just not get precious with stuff, and maybe over winter just get practicing and make mistakes and learn by it, and because that's what it's all about, isn't it? But I'm talking about art wise, and just like practice, because practice makes perfect, and you get better the more you do it. You know, and I've not been drawing that much lately. I've been doing more of my like crochet bags and making like these handmade like phone charm things, you know, like you put in your wrist. I put two together there actually, because I've got one, they clip on. I put two together, and there's some purses. This is an old one, but there's some purses that I've still got to make for some friends. But you know, stuff like that. Stephanie says same, and also find myself feeling very nostalgic. Like, yeah, I've been feeling nostalgic. Lots of thinking about when I was a kid. I've been doing that, and all the family were still with us, but it feels good. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about past stuff and how things were, because today, me and my sister were at this shopping place, and this girl walked past, and we had to take a second look, and it was a girl. I don't know how old she was. She wasn't a young girl, but she wasn't like, you know, say like 19 or something. I don't know if she was with parents. We thought she had a pair of leggings on. You know, when they have leggings on and they look skin coloured and look like they've got nothing on. But when we looked, it was a skin. She had, of what I could see, knickers on. They looked like knickers. And they weren't even hot pants. They were that short, you know, like a knicker, like a short knicker with a jacket on, but you could see a bum, knickers. And we had to do a double take. We were like, what the what? I said, it's freezing, right? It's cold over here at the minute. It's been snowing in areas. Like, were her parents with her? Because this is how deranged people are. And me and my sister said, I know we're getting older, but I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of these young ones have no respect for themselves. They have no class. They're not classy. They just look like they've come out of a strip club. I was like, what? Why is she wearing? What the actual fuck? I even said to my sister, I understand now. When I was younger, because you don't understand when you're younger, older people used to think we're grumpy. and they'd be moaning at you. But now I'm like, oh my God, I've turned into one of them. It's not because they're grumpy. It's because they see the bullshit and they see the things like we're seeing now going, what's going on with this generation? But when you were younger, you were like, oh, it's just because you're older and you don't get it. No, we do get it. And now we're like, we know it's all done by certain celebrities and it's pushed out there, but I'm like, I said to my sister, this world's fucking crazy. I said to her today, this is why I can't be arsed going out. This is why I'm a fucking hermit, because I can't be doing with people. The stupidity in people today, I'm just like, I can't be doing with it. I don't want to open my mouth and say that, so I'd rather stay in. Until they wake up. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, Mark says there's a lot of yeah, and Mark says the same. Yeah, I've been feeling very nostalgic. I think it's because of what's going on. You know, when you look back and you think, oh my God. But he even said to my sister today, said, right, we're all getting older. We're aging. I'm, aging. I don't like saying the word age. You're getting wiser, whatever. And yeah, I dye my hair and stuff. And then sometimes I think, oh, I grow it out again, don't do what I want. But I said, it's like all these young girls having like Botox. And I'm not bashing people. I'm just saying Botox and the lip fillers and this, that, and the other. When they're in the 20s, they haven't even got fine lines and stuff. And people have been bashing Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson isn't as young as she is. She's, 60 odd? She looks great with no makeup on. The bashing are going, oh, she looks old. No, it's called. That's natural. That's what happens. That's what happens. She hasn't got a Botox face. She hasn't got this. She hasn't got that. But you think it's normal to have things done in your 20s when you haven't even got a line on your face. She hasn't got wrinkles. She's got fine lines. We all get fine lines. I've got fine lines. We go through the like laughter lines and stuff. That's normal. They just class it as not normal. I like women who look like them and they're aging gracefully. And yeah, so we might get a little bit of help, but when they're doing all that, I've seen these girls they're having chin implants to make the chins dead pointy, the chin's down here. There's a girl on TikTok and she's a beautiful girl, but oh my God, she's had her lips done, but they're massive. She can't speak properly. I know it's that thing they look in the mirror and they probably don't see it, but then they're having these chin implants. These chin implants are weird. They're just weird. So sorry if anyone's watching who's got all that, but I'm just like, you don't know that they're more beautiful before. It's just, and what are they putting in? What are they putting into the faces? I hate to say it, but it's generation. It's plumb crazy. I have a daughter. She's 23, and God, it's hard to connect with her. I know I love her to death, but she's different. And it's all the natural. It's all we know it's all the social media and it's all the stuff they put out today. And we didn't see all that when we were younger, and before we didn't have all that. So we know they not realise they're being programmed to be like this, but they also don't see the whole thing of it's natural to be that way as you get older. And you what's the word? You're bashing women who are just naturally growing in their wisdom years, let's say. I don't like the word aging. When it's natural. And actually, I think more women who are like that look beautiful because they look real, the faces are moving, they have expression lines and stuff from the life they've had. So, I'm just like, Jesus. Divine Spark, hi beautiful and chat, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, program at the best. So I just think, I think a little bit of maybe looking after yourself, but I just think, how do they not know when they get older from all the stuff that they've done of that will do something later on? And is it poisonous? Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I think of. I just think, what? Ooh. Yeah, and I'm even not feeling motivated to exercise, but I think it's just a time of year. But I've got to snap out of that. I've got to snap out that programming. No, you don't need to be doing. Yes, I do. I do need to be doing that. But yeah, so it's just crazy. It's just a crazy world. But it's funny as well because there's some funny shit out there. Oh yeah, I was going to pull a card before I go. There's some funny shit out there. Funny shit. Shit schnizzles. I think next year's going to be, the worm has turned, it is getting better and better, and it's just going to get better as it goes on, but you're still going to see all the shit because, the screamers out there screaming against this, screaming against that. They don't even know what they're screaming against. They don't even know that they're screaming against the wrong things. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the right things, and they want the wrong things. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God, people. So, right, just dropped that by accident. Aging Grey's feeling, I even like my grey hair. Highlight, yeah. I tried to grow mine out, then I didn't. Then my sister said, oh, you've got more grey, but sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. I don't know. But I do like it. I do like it on people. Your essence and energy signature. Yeah, yeah. And you get all that energy stays in your hair, you know, your little antennae. Yes, be you. Yeah. But I've always coloured my hair, done my hair. I've had dreadlocks, I've had this, I've had that. I've always been quite expressive that way. Well, my sister, she's had highlights and she's dyed it dark. Oh, I should say darker. But she's always kept it quite to a normal colour. I did say today, I said, oh, are you going to grow them out? She went, I think so. She went, I don't know. It looks good on some people, and some people, I've seen some people who've grown it out and then they've dyed it again and said they just felt a bit drained, don't look like your skin complexion. But and I used to watch these things where people have gone grey and they've took all the colour out and they've gone grey. And then people have gone grey and then they've gone back to colour and it looked good. So either. Just depends, doesn't it? Listen. I love this. I love elephant symbols as well because that's like family. Very family orientated elephants. They all stick together. But the sun, that gorgeous solar energy, I think of the golden age because that is coming forth. Your purpose, your soul purpose, your what you're passionate about, bringing that forth. But there's going to be brighter days. There's going to be brighter days coming. The golden age is coming for the world. That sunshine vibe, that good energy is beautiful. And I think you've got to remember to stay in that sort of sunshine vibe because, like I said, still lots of shit being seen. But remember, it's for them, not us. Those waking up have got to see it all. It's got to be seen. You can't tell the people, you've got to show them. And that's what's happening. So remember to keep your positive vibes up because you'll notice when you're in a positive vibe, something or someone will come in to try and bring you down because that energy works through people. And when you're in a good vibe, because it's like they sense it, they see you like, they'll come in and try and bring your vibe down. So just catch yourself and remember, don't let people affect you or things affect you. And sometimes it can be within your family as well because it'll work through family members if they're not aware to try and get to you. And you've got to remember that elephant, my best Sarah, that passed, loved them. Yeah, oh, lovely. Oh, that might be a sign for you then. Sarah's saying hi, but the elephant is very if you look into the symbology of elephants, very family orientated. But what we were saying about feeling nostalgic about family that are here and gone is families are going to be brought back together, and it's a big world family out there as well of doing things together because that is one of the biggest things those that were in control were doing. They were ripping families apart. They've been ripping families apart with, what was it? Feminazis, I'll call them. Oh, let's burn your bras, go out to work. And no, the women, I don't mean should be at home, but I'm into they should be at home really with the children because men and women are different. I'm not saying you don't have to if you don't want to, but that's the way I think it should go back. And that's not being old fashioned. That's how we were. That's what it's like. Hi JP. Hi JP. The feminine energy, looking after the home. That's why women get stressed a lot now because they're going out to work, they're doing a job when they get back, they've got the kids, you've got to sort schooling out, if there's after school club, paying for this, paying for that, paying for nurseries. It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't have to have two wages coming in so you can cover your family. Back in the day, one wage would cover the whole family. So that's how it should be in my eyes. That masculine male energy. And we know they've been trying to weaken the male energy, not into men, getting the men and women on that sense not liking each other, not wanting children. Well, that's what they've been doing, breaking the family system down. The nuclear family, years ago, that's what they tried to do. That's what they have been doing. Because if it's broken and separated, it's not secure, it's not protected, the children aren't protected, and we know what's going on there. So, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that'll all be coming back together and realising, and also community coming back together. Um, because that's another big thing that they've tried to dismantle, but they're being dismantled now. They are being dismantled. Right, other people raising our children. Yeah, exactly. We we should be able to stay at home and school our kids. I've said I'd love to do it, but you don't get paid to do that, and we know that it's struggling with all the bills and everything. Doing that doesn't work, but we know why they've been doing that. And like I said, in the near future, I think taxes are going to be demolished in certain things. Energy is going to go down because we all know it's free. It's all right paying a little bit. Our grandfathers sorted all that out with how you know, we've got our own coal in our own country. We've got our own gas in the Northern Sea. That's what they messed with. We don't need it from other places. Everybody has. That will be coming back, free energy. It's all right paying like a percentage to the upkeep of it. Do you know what I mean? But we know it's all bollocks. Love it. Yeah, I toned it down a bit because it was bright red. It was a bit too red. Even I did love the red, but yeah, it was like a. It looks purple, but it's like a mahogany. I don't know. Probably a different colour next week. So, you know, all that schnizzle going on. We know what's been going on. We know where they've been trying to separate. Divide, um, pit each other against everybody. Thank you, Divine Spark. So yeah, it's crazy. So, like I said, I'm probably gonna do a bit of painting. I may come on. If I don't, it's just because I've got into my art and I've just decided not to. Or I might just come on and do a side video of me just drawing or painting and not really talking, just like a bit of a chilled video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm in the moods. I get in the moods over autumn, winter time. Like, well, can't be bothered. But I hope you're all doing well. But I'm glad you've all said you've been feeling a bit the same. Yep, it annoys the demons. Oh yeah, I didn't see that, Mark. It does annoy the demons. When you're mulling about and you're feeling shitty, demons aren't bothered. When you shine your light, that's when they go, oh, what is that light over there? I must go and try to annoy it because then it'll bring their frequency down. But when you're awake, you sort of see that. Sometimes you forget and you might snap back or go in a mood, and then you're like, oh shit, yeah, I understand what's going on there. Why does that? It's me and Lois were saying the other day, why does that always happen when you're in a good mood? Some fucker comes along and tries to put you in a bad mood, and then you're like, and then you have to sort of think, right, remember what's going on. It's true, true. Yeah, you all stay stellar. Yeah, stay stellar. So, just got to remember. So yeah, what we're in, so we're nearly in December, so that's really good because I'll be able to open my advent calendar, my Trump advent calendar of 24 days of Trumpness. That's what I'm calling it. I think I might just come on here to piss everybody off and be like, the Trump haters, just open it every day and get a little Trump to put on the tree. And we'll put Trump on the tree. I might do a lot of TikTok, annoy him all over there. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because I said I was only going to be on for half an hour. It was just a quick chat to say I'm still here. Sorry about the times when I've said I'm coming on and I've not come on. But like I said, if I just don't come on, it's just because I've either got distracted by something else, family stuff, or I've just gone tired because it's that time of year and I just think, oh, yeah. So, yeah, Toodle Pip, have a good night. Have a good night, Mark. We've got GMX, Divine Spark, JP. I think we had Stephanie. Did we have anyone else at the top somewhere? The trolls as well. We love you too. Not really. And Mary. Yeah. So have a good time. Remember not to get too caught up. Remember to look at it like a movie because there's a lot of red flags and silly shit going on. Yeah, and we'll just see what happens up to Christmas and the new year. Can you imagine how amazing it's going to be? Oh, because like I said, it's getting funny now. Some of it's that stupid. It's funny because you think, how do people really believe this? So, yeah, I need some big eyelashes. Oh, don't know. yeah, so night, take care, and I shall see you soon. Thanks for coming in. Bye.